Okay, let's keep it real here. Summer is going to be here before we even know it. Now, I know what you're thinking. No, it's still winter and it's still cold out, but I'm telling you, this is going to be the year that we are not going to wait until the last second and then go scrambling and thinking of doing all kinds of crazy things to lose weight. No, my friend. This year, I got you covered. I'm talking about real, sustainable, and implementable things that you can start doing right now to start losing weight long before summer hits. Hi, I'm Tracy, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel. I have been in this industry for a really long time, and I am 50 years old, and I've been doing fitness and wellness and health coaching for over 25 years. And one thing that I know for sure, and I'm not immune to this either, is that we all act like summer came surprisingly. We all know it's coming. So today, I'm gonna be giving you exact steps that you can start taking right now so that you are looking and feeling your absolute best by the time summer arrives. So as I mentioned, I am 50 years old, and I will tell you that when I was in my 40s, I was a huge fan of intermittent fasting. I could do it, it worked for me, it felt great, I felt energized, all the things. So something happened after I had my daughter, who is now 5 years old, and I absolutely cannot do strict intermittent fasting like I used to before. Now, I know some of you are gonna say, but Tracy, I love doing intermittent fasting. That's great. But here's something that you all can do instead. And it's what I like to call doing mini fasts. And this is so easy that literally every single one of you can do it. And there's real science and research backing up how good and healthy this is for your body. So instead of doing like a 16-hour fast and really just being like to the level, and for some women that can actually raise your cortisol levels and actually give you the exact opposite effects of what you're trying to with intermittent fasting, you want to do a mini fast, which means that you just stop eating 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep. How easy is that? A fun fact, I just read Ina Garten's book, so every time I say anything, I want to say, how great is that? But side note. But doing a mini fast, it can help regulate your sleep, which at 50 years old, this is the most important thing. It helps to balance your blood sugar levels, and it can even help to speed up your fat burning without having to stick to a strict 16-hour fast. So try it on for size and definitely let me know in the comments which one of these tips you're gonna start implementing now in March so that by the time May and June come around, you were like, girl, I am feeling it. Now here's one that I just started noticing how powerful and effective it is, and that is playing with umami. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, listen up, my friend. So umami flavors are flavors like miso. Think of like miso soup, that kind of like unctuous flavor. I really like it. Mushrooms are an umami flavor. Nutritional yeast and even Parmesan cheese, those have that umami flavor profile. And now here's why this really matters, especially if weight loss is your goal. None of us want to feel deprived. None of us want to be focusing on all the things that we can't eat. So when you incorporate these umami flavors, you actually trick your old brain into thinking that you are more satisfied without actually eating more. How cool is that? So maybe try a little bit of Parmesan cheese on some of your vegetables if you eat dairy. If you don't, maybe adding a little miso paste to your cod that you're gonna be baking. And one of the things that I love doing is in lieu of a cheese, I often will add nutritional yeast to like a pasta dish. So I'll make, maybe some pasta and add vegetables, and then I'll sprinkle it with tons and tons of nutritional yeast, which also is really rich in B vitamins. So you're getting health benefits and you're giving your body those umami flavors so that you're feeling much more satisfied. This one is so cool, so powerful, so effective, and can be used in so many different ways. And this is what I like to call the sensory disruption hack. If you're the kind of person that struggles with mindless eating, or you kind of feel like, ooh, I need a little something sweet after every single meal, this one is for you. What we want to do is create a pattern interrupt so that we are not being consumed by food. So here's what I mean. So when you're done eating, instead of snacking after or reaching for something sweet, here's what you want to do instead. go brush your teeth. I know it might sound so simple, but let me tell you, this is such a good thing because it totally changes your senses, meaning you've got that fresh breath, your mouth feels clean, you're not still tasting the food that you were just eating. I know that seems kind of gross, but it's true, right? And so having that fresh, clean breath, you're gonna be less apt to want more food and to be reaching mindlessly for snacks. Now, if brushing your teeth isn't an option, maybe you're out somewhere and like you just don't have your toothbrush or your toothpaste, change your environment a little bit. So we don't have to sit at the table. Maybe go and take a little bit of a walk or take a breath of fresh air or call a friend, but do something so that instead of thinking of those little treats that you want to add on or even reaching for seconds or thirds that maybe really you don't want, you create that disruption in your senses so that you're telling your body, okay, food is done. We are done here, we are complete, and we are moving on to something else. I know this one sounds so stupidly simple, but I'm telling you, it is powerful, and simple strategies are the ones that you're actually gonna do, and I'm telling you, it works. Because let's face it, we can all agree that there is nothing more frustrating than feeling like you're doing all the right things, but you still cannot lose weight. I know what that feels like because I have been there. I was a chronic dieter for over 18 years myself, and there's nothing worse than feeling like, why can't I get this right? And you're not implementing what I like to call the metabolism mirror hack. So let me break it down for you. Instead of actually knowing what's happening with your body, you end up kind of guessing, and all that guessing is what precisely is keeping you stuck. But what if you could get real-time feedback on your metabolism, kind of like when you're looking in a mirror and you're like, oh, okay, I need a little bit more blush today, or like, oop, got some flyaways, let me fix that. Well, that's exactly what Lumen does. If you're not new to my channel, you've heard me talk about Lumen before, and I think it is so cool because I am such a data nerd. I love science, I love data, I love research, and that's exactly what Lumen's gonna do for you. It's the world's first metabolic handheld coach. And with just one breath in the morning, and seriously, this takes seconds, you are gonna know whether you're burning fats for fuel or carbs. This means no more guessing, no more wondering, and having real-time data to know exactly what's going on with your body and specifically your metabolism. And based on your body's feedback, it gives you personalized guidance on your nutrition, your workouts, and even things like sleep and stress management. Now, we've all heard the old eat less, move more, and really, if that worked, none of us would ever struggle, am I right? When your body does this well, you're gonna use carbs for energy instead of storing them as fat, and you can even train your body to burn fat at rest. I am not a scale girly, and in fact, having a scale for me would probably be one of the worst decisions I could ever make. But what I love with Lumen is that it's not triggering for me, and it really just gives me that data point that I can use to make decisions based on where my body is. And especially as a woman who's been in menopause for over 2 years, this is so important. So if you want to check out Lumen, make sure to go to this link down below. And of course, I'll have it linked down below in the description box for you as well. And I also got you 20% off your Lumen. I'm telling you, this is like next level, having that science, that data, that knowledge, and it's just so empowering. This is something that's overlooked and it costs absolutely $0 and really just minutes of your time. And that is the Sunlight Metabolism Boost. When we get that natural morning light instead of blue light from your screens, I'm talking to myself here too, it helps to regulate your circadian rhythm, which regulates your metabolism, fat storage, and even your appetite. So get that morning light on your eyes. Now, I am a light-eyed girl. I wear sunglasses all the time. I live in Miami. The sun is strong, but here's what I can tell you for sure. Try to get that natural light, just raw dog it. Don't wear your sunglasses, even if it's just for a couple of minutes. So let's say you're taking the dog out for a walk, or you're going to get your mail, or you're just sipping your coffee for 10 minutes outside. Allow your eyes to get that natural light. So I'll even just kind of close my eyes and sort of look in the direction of the sun just to get that light in my eyes and to just regulate my body so quickly and easily. And if you're not convinced, let me just tell you, this is gonna help to reduce your cravings, improve your sleep, and just naturally boost your energy. And raise your hand if that's what you want. We are more than halfway through our video today, and I just want to give you a huge thank you for being here. You know, I just love this community that we're building here on YouTube. And if you're new here, make sure to click on that subscribe button. For all of you, click on that subscribe. It's totally free to do so. It's one of the easiest ways to help support my channel. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and click on the bell notification so you always know when I have a new video that goes live. And if you are new, make sure to leave me a comment and say, I'm new here, so that we can welcome you into our community. I love what we're building here. I think it's really special, and it's just my joy to spend time with you each and every week. So I just want to say thank you so much for being here again. Now, we often think of cravings as being a really bad thing, right? Oh, I'm craving sweets, I'm craving salty. I know there's like forbidden food that I shouldn't be eating. But I want you to sort of rewire your brain when it comes to cravings. Not all cravings are bad. What it is, I like to think of cravings as like, oh, my body's telling me something. Here's what I mean by that. You might be nutrient deficient in something. So for instance, if you constantly find yourself craving chocolate all the time, you might be deficient in some minerals like magnesium or even zinc, and that's why you're having chocolate cravings. Or if you are always wanting crunchy things, salty things, it actually might be something underlying, like even in your emotional state, like maybe you're kind of angry, maybe you're just quite honestly pissed off about something and you just need that crunch, right? So there's a lot of food energetics at play and a lot of science when it comes to actual cravings. Like, is it a nutrient problem or is it an emotional problem? And neither of those things is wrong, but it's really about working with your body so that you can move past that craving to get the results that you want, right? So here's an amazing hack for you, and I'm telling you, try this one on for size. I want you to walk right over to your freezer and grab an ice cube and hold it in your hand for 30 seconds. Yes, the ice is gonna start melting. Now, if the craving doesn't start subsiding, maybe rub that ice cube on your wrist. If you're at home and you're not gonna look like a weirdo, maybe put that cube on your neck even too. Now here's what's happening. So you're giving your brain a different sensory response. And here's why this matters when it comes to cravings. You're giving yourself that time, because cravings, I like to think of them, it's just a thought, right? Like, ooh, that cookie would be good right now. I can either obsess on that thought and make myself wrong. Oh, you're never gonna get your goals if you eat the cookies and the cookies are there. Or I could just think of something else, right? When we change our attention and we actively do something, take a small action to create that pattern disruption by using the ice cube, you're probably gonna find that the craving isn't gonna be there anymore. So if you are a late night snacker and you know that that's probably inhibiting you towards reaching your weight loss goals, try this on for size, and you've got to let me know if this works. This is so backed. Also, this is really effective for anxiety. If you're feeling like anxious and stressed out, just having that sensory pattern disruption, it can just bring you right back down so that you're feeling calm again, you're feeling grounded, and you're really present and in the moment. We love. The irony of this is not lost on me, but my next hack is, if weight loss is one of your goals and you want to be looking snatched for summer, stop wearing yoga pants all day. I know I'm wearing them right now, but it was for you. But truly, wear real pants with a real waistband. You know, I tell my students in my weight loss course this all the time. You can't be wearing those elastic pants because then you're not getting real feedback from your clothes. I have like a pair or two of pants where when I'm feeling up a little bit and feeling like I've been a little bit loosey-goosey with my choices, they will be tight around my midsection. Whereas when I'm feeling good, when I'm reaching my goals, when I'm really prioritizing my health and my wellness, they will fit and zip up just like perfectly. So find out what that is for you. Maybe in your case it's a skirt, maybe it's a pair of pants, or if you're brave, and I used to tell my students this all the time, just put on a bathing suit and just see how you feel. It's not about all over yourself or making yourself feel bad, but how do I feel in my body today? What does it feel like to be me right now? And based on that information, what choices do I want to make? I know I do this almost every time, but this one is pretty much my favorite one. And I did on purpose save it for last, because if you're still watching this right now, you get the best of the best. And that is what I like to call kind of having like a pre-dinner pep talk. You could do this for dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever. But dinner, I think, is where a lot of us, if we're being honest, we struggle the most. Eating is really an emotional thing, right? We're eating based on like, how do I want to feel? Or maybe you're in a social situation and maybe it feels really good to be there. Maybe it doesn't, right? Or maybe there's a vibe in the restaurant that's making you kind of want to be a little bit more indulgent, right? So there's so many factors at play when it comes to making our eating decisions. But here's the thing. If you just take a second before you eat, and if you're looking at the menu, I used to call this like playing the menu game, looking at the menu and go, okay, how do I want to feel at the end of this meal? Do I want to feel tired? Do I want to feel bloated? Do I want to feel regretful? Or do I want to feel strong, empowered, energized, right? Now that doesn't mean that sometimes you're not going to say, give me the pasta with the truffles. But what I can tell you for sure is by taking that moment to kind of having a little conversation with yourself, and just takes a moment, no one's going to see you doing it. It really brings you back to center of saying like, am I choosing to indulge tonight? And if you are, that's okay. But know that that's of course going to slow down your goals. Or am I staying strong towards my goals? How do I want to feel? How do I want to look? You know, have that vision of yourself in those pants, right? So one thing I know for sure, as someone who's been in this industry for over 25 years, is that consistency, while it might not be the sexiest thing, it is the most effective tool that you can use. And being consistent with your habits, trying on new things and letting them build on each other is what's going to give you results. You know, you feel like, especially when it comes to weight loss, nothing's happening, nothing's happening, nothing's happening, nothing's happening, nothing's happening. Boop! You wake up one day and you're like, the pants that were super tight, all of a sudden they fit. Oh my God, today 4 people told me, oh my gosh, you look amazing. What have you been doing, right? This is how weight loss works. So if weight loss is your goal, I really hope that this was helpful for you. I also have a free masterclass that I want to invite you into. So I'll leave that down below in the description. If you want to lose weight, you don't want to calorie count, you don't want to weigh yourself a million times a day, and you want to actually enjoy the process, then you'll definitely want to check out my weight loss masterclass. Like I said, all the details will be down below in the description box. If you don't know where the description box is, underneath my head, here's the title of today's video. Tap on the word more and tap on it again and you'll get everything there. And if you want to keep hanging with me here on YouTube, make sure to check out this video next and I'll see you there.